Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fishing North Atlantic, where strange things are happening. I was out setting some lines in the deep south of the map, and I saw this strange apparition floating in the sky. And it is true. I haven't seen this boat in harbor for a long time. This is the Cat from Nova Scotia with the Canadian flag. It's gone. Actually, can't see it now. It said the Cat on the side, but it's rotated a little bit. Somehow, this boat is floating in the sky, which is why it probably hasn't returned to port. So I only can assume that there's some alien activity going on here. And we'll just let that alone. I am on the deck of my ship that I purchased, not the one you're thinking, because I've actually purchased two ships. A lot has changed since the last time I saw you guys. So tonight we're aboard the Odd Duck, which is also known as the Vabiki Catherine. There was a big patch right after I made the last episode that you saw, where I was kind of out fishing and made $400,000 on my Ocean Runner, now called the Blade Runner. So we have the Odd Duck and the Blade Runner. And I'm still using the Blade Runner, but I also wanted to run the Odd Duck because the Odd Duck has the ability to freeze and stack fish, which makes them worth a little bit more money. Both ships have 40,000 capacity. This one will make, I want to say, about 30% more money because they're frozen and stacked. Now, one of the things that's a little bit funky with the new patch, okay, before the new patch, it didn't matter whether fish were in season or out of season. You could still sell them. But now, when you try to catch cod, they're out of season. You can't catch lobster, so I can't use the Ocean Runner, Blade Runner yet to catch lobster. I can no longer catch cod. So I was making $400,000. Well, when you cut cod out of the equation, because that's the most plentiful and also probably the most valuable fish, you now cut the income in half, back down to $200,000 per trip, which is just a little bit more than I was making with the Mickey. Now, the Odd Duck is doing really well for deep line fishing. I'm making, what was it the other night, honey? Was it $500,000 that I made? 500,000? Yeah, I made $500,000 doing deep line fishing on the Blade Runner. So that still works great, but I also like to do the line fishing. Now, the nice thing about line fishing is you can target fish. Unlike net fishing, line fishing allows you to pick baits that will go for other fish. So I've picked all the baits that don't go for cod. So anyway, I'm doing some line fishing tonight on the Odd Duck. I've got about $2 million in the bank, so we're making good money between the two boats. And that way I don't get bored of doing one style. If I get bored, I just grab the other boat and I go out and do some deep line fishing. But this is the Vabiki in-game, but we're going to call it the Odd Duck because I like that name better, because it is an odd duck. Here we have the captain's chair, which I have set to look out the window a little bit. And we have a nice sonar screen. We also have our map view, which you can zoom in out. Nice big screens, easy to see. Crew phone, obviously the horn. You can rotate the chair, move it forward, backwards, up and down. I can lower this. I'm up pretty high. I actually like the higher position because when you're up, though it's harder to see the map, you can see what's in front of you better. Wow, it is really rough seas out there tonight. We can lower this back down. Or not. Oh, I can't get to the lower button. I can only raise the seat. Come on. Look. Okay, he won't hit it. I can't get to lower the seat. Okay, I guess that's where the seat's going to be. And we can control everything from here. We have 5 crew members on this boat. Ship, really. And this is their quarters. It's a little different than it used to be, but not totally different. Here's the crew quarter. There's a picture of the Hermes. They've got like a little office where they can do work. There's a picture of the Vabiki, the real one. Little cooking area for people to have food. And we can go down into the engine room. Or this is the control room, sorry. Not a whole lot to see here. Obviously the computer, probably the main computer. Maybe we're underwater here? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the water's coming in. It's not supposed to do that, but... Bug. bugs. Okay. That happened in the old version too. I don't think... Oh, yeah, it does open. They have a nice bathroom with shower if they get doused in chum. And then we also have... We go back to the work deck here. And... we have a two speed gutters. This is... It only shows one, but there's two. That's one of the features about this ship over the Ocean Runner. You can double speed them. We have an area for stacking. ×2. I bought both of them. And an area for freezing. This is where the freezing process takes place. I don't know. But the point is that you can freeze fish and then stack them. And so that makes them worth more money. And I'll show you the process of doing that. I've put a bunch of long lines on here. These are all baited and ready to go. We also have some unbaited ones because we've been fishing. Somewhere is the engine room port. It might be... Go downstairs. I thought it was accessed through here, but... No. Close me out. That's not it. Where did I access the engine room from? There actually is an engine room, and you can actually see the engine, the motor turning, engine turning. Whoa! Freak out. We might have to get that through the underside. Anything here? No. These hatches, sometimes the hatches are where they go, but that takes us back down here, which takes us to here, which I don't... Is this it? No. How about back through here? Maybe this is it. Oh, there we go. Okay, here's the engine room. You can see the motors. But the engine is still because we're not rolling. That's what it looks like. Super exciting. The one thing I love about this boat is the ability, though, is this. Hang on, let's see. We can go up here as we're sailing along. Is that boat still there? I was hoping that coming over by it would get it out of the sky and get it back. Where did it go? It's gone. Maybe it fell back into the sea. That's what I was hoping, that it being near it would make it like glitch and come back down to the ocean, but I don't see it at all anywhere anymore. Is he on the map? Yeah, he's still showing on the map straight ahead of me. Creepy. Maybe the aliens consume them. But this view up here is really nice, especially when you've got the boat cruising. So, alright, so we're going to head back down into the engine room. Ooh. It's night. Not into the engine room, into the captain's quarters. Arg. And we're going to go sailing. So we're going to turn this big fat turd around. Tell you what, the ship is not a great handling ship, and I've had some issues trying to collect the lines when it's really up, seas are up like this. It's pretty bouncy. We're going to head back towards our beacons. I did upgrade the beacons all the way and really notice a whole lot of difference. They have flashers on them now that make them barely any more visible than they already were. And so we're going to go ahead and head north here. Look at those beautiful lights, the Aurora Borealis reflecting on the ocean. And wow, it is rough seas out there. And one thing I do love about this boat is the way that it handles in the water. It really does. When you see it from the outside, it looks really goofy. What is that? Toot toot. But from the inside, it looks like a really big ship. Such an awkward boat. Alright, let's go ahead and pop out here and see what we see. But I like this view, like riding on the deck. If you've been on a big boat before, this is really what it feels like, the way the boat rocks, sways in a rough ocean. Like, I always find it comforting. I feel like I could go to sleep. Some people, it makes them seasick. A lot of people, it makes them seasick. Oh, she's returning to Earth. She's almost back down. Well, that does my heart good. Maybe being close to the ground has made the aliens nervous and they're giving her up and putting her back down. Hopefully there's still humans aboard, but, you know, they could be stripped of people. You know how those aliens are. This is the upper deck. Superb view. Once again, great for spotting stuff like that. Flying ships or other vessels that are in the water. Binoculars are a lot more stable when you're up on this deck, so you're not fighting with them. I don't see anything else out there. I know there's other boats out there, but they might be further away. Got the moonrise. I don't think I've ever seen the moon glow like that, like with atmosphere and yellowness. But I've never really been on the ocean for a moonrise. I've been over the lake for a moonrise, though, and it didn't look like that. It was just kind of a silvery reflection on the water. Anyway. Nighttime boating. The cat returns. Wait, isn't that like a Disney anime cartoon? Or actually, yeah, I think it is. The Cat Returns is an anime. It's owned by Disney, but it's because they own all those anime things. I want to. Oh, I almost had it. Go down, go down, go down. Yay! Return me to the normal operating position, please. Okay, so we're going to go north and find our lines. I'll be back. See you in a couple minutes. Oh, she's changed her course. She's cruising along the map at 1,000,000 miles an hour in space. Oh boy. That is a bizarre sight right there. They'll never fix that either. There's on the Switch version of this, like the Fishing Barents Sea, there's a ship that sometimes, now it hasn't happened yet on my current save, but a lot of times there's a passenger ship that goes in and out like a cruise liner, and it beaches itself on the dock across from the harbor, and then just for the rest of it forever just stays there beached. And this one, don't think that's how it's supposed to travel, but it's almost like it's pantomiming me. If I stop, what happens? Shut the engines off. Nope, he's still traveling. Because we're no longer moving and he's moving. So, very bizarre. I'm trying to find my marker out there. The buoy should be right off to our right. I got these new high-priced, high-visibility beacons. There they are. There's the beacon. I've got the flag and the beacon. I paid, as the Jurassic Park guy would always say, Hammond, spared no expense. And we're going to cook over there. Crew's not going to be on board yet. I have a feeling we're going to catch a lot of fish. The first time I set my line in a good location like this, and we have a lot of fish underneath us, I pulled 39,000 fish, 39,000 kilograms of fish, which is just under what the hold can hold. So, the hold can hold, get it? But it's just it's just under the capacity of the ship, and I mean that's cool. But I'd put out 4 lines, so it's like really wasteful because then I wasted all that bait. Not that the bait's expensive; it's like $25 a line for $300,000 worth of fish. But still, anyway. So for those of you, and I was saying right when we began and saw the weird boat floating in the air, there have been a lot of changes since the patch. prices are now a little bit more balanced out between ports. Big things though, cod, you can no longer fish that are out of season. So there's some of you that are going to like that because it's more realistic. There's some of you that are going to be like, oh man, I like cheating, which I did too because I was really nice. It was really nice bringing in $400,000 of fish, but that's ended. The other thing that's changed is that swordfish are no longer for what, and I don't know if it was a seasonal change or if they decided just to change the overall pricing system. Swordfish are no longer bringing in, what is it, how many schmollions? $40 a fish. They're now $25. And the tuna are no longer bringing in $30 a fish, they're $20. So if you were making big money like I was in those first couple of videos, I was making big money. All of a sudden, that's gone. And I don't think that's a seasonal change. I think they actually patched the game to make it a little bit harder to grind. Because obviously, I've got 2 giant ships, and I did it in like 3 days. Now, this ship I ground with the ocean runner, and I only did it in like 2 days' time. And that was with the patch. So it's still pretty easy to earn ships. I mean, this was even after $800,000 of spending, actually with all said and done, an additional crew member at 40 and probably $400,000, $500,000 of upgrades because I upgraded this all the way and bought all the rigging sets for it. I still earned back over $1 million in like 2 or 3 trips. So it's still pretty easy to earn with this ship and with the Ocean Runner. Once again, the Ocean Runner does do a little bit better because it has the ability to do your what do you call it? The swordfish and the tuna. Need to back it up a little bit. I need to back it up. Your big boat. Back it up. Everyone's getting sick on board. Like, oh god. All right, so the work lights are going to go off. Searchlight off, interior lights off, and we are going to bunk up for the night, for the rest of the night, because we have, we'll check the line, engine off please, and we're going to check our lines, which are here. The lines have been out for 13 hours. We need to wait an additional 4 would take us to 17, so 5 hours. So let's go ahead and sleep for 5 hours. It's morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Okay, so lines are green. Let's take a look on our little 18 hours, 25 minutes. So in about 5 to 10 minutes, that line's going to go blue. We're going to wait till it turns blue, and then I'll catch up with you. So hold on just a minute. I'll be back. Oh, yes, in other news, and I can't tell you exactly where I found it because the sonar on this ship reaches so far that I find things when I don't even see them visually. I found the fix. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, and I think it's available at Dennis Point, but I don't know. The fix is a long line boat. It's the same thing as the Folabune. If you guys remember from our shopping episode where you have a 3-man crew, the fix only has a 1-man crew, so you're it. It has the same capacities or close to the capacity of the Folabune. It's basically the same boat, but designed for 1 fisherman. It's a long line fisher only. It doesn't do any nets or anything else. It's just long lines. So it's basically like a giant version of the Borga. So I found that while I was out there. So that boat now exists too. I might buy that for fun. We'll see. I'm planning on buying a lot of the boats because I just love these boats, and I'd like to have them all in my stable. But that one is available now. So I found the fix. Still haven't found Toby, interestingly enough. Not really interesting, but Toby's a piece of crap. Anyway, people like Toby. He's a pretty fast little boat, but he's just, I don't know. You might as well just use the Borga. It's a little bit more better. I haven't found the Jazzy either. The Jazzy's probably out there somewhere too. Or Yazzie or whatever they call it. They probably Americanized it for this game. So it's probably the Jazzy now. All right, so anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. All right, so our first buoys turned blue. So we're going to go into the crew menu, and we're going to grab this guy. Michael's our best long line puller, and he's getting better with each moment. So we're going to put him on there, and you're going to see how much I struggle. Now, it's pretty calm today, and the winds are normal, so I may not have too much of a time getting this hooked up, but I'll be danged. This is a hard boat to get long lines connected, especially if it's windy and wavy. It took me maybe 15 minutes one time to get connected up. I'm like, come on. I kept missing and overshooting, and it is not easy to use this boat. Even with the side thrusters and stuff, you'd think that would help, but it doesn't. So you can see here we have all these different crew positions. We've got 2 positions for machine gutting, 2 for freezing, 2 for stacking. Once Michael pulls all of these the fish in, there'll be a huge amount. I'm sure if we get a decent pull, it'll be at least 20,000 kilograms. Which is why I assumed that's what we would get, and I threw 2 lines. We might get more though, but then we can we'll put all the crew out and have them start working, gutting, freezing, stacking. So see, watch. Oh, come on, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. Get it, grab it, grab it, Michael. What are you doing? That's what I'm talking about. Like, he just totally let it go. So now I'm going to end up slipping past it because I got to reverse, dude. There, he grabbed it that time. Okay, oh, looks like we got it. Yeah, good catch. A lot of fish on the line there. That's a good line. Perfect. Nice job there, dude. Keep going. Whack another. I don't know. It looks okay. I'm not convinced that this is a great catch. There should be 15 altogether. Good. And when he does a good job, the better he does, the more fish we catch. So how was that? Didn't say. He had a perfect there. No pressure. Another perfect. Do it, Michael. Do it. Good. Yeah, goods and perfects. Those are great. Oh, by the way, I also fired 2 of the crew members from the other ship and brought some better qualified crew members aboard that had better ratings for stuff because they were just growing too slowly. And Michael has leveled up, by the way. Don't know what that one was. That was just an okay. Come on, Michael. Make it count. In fact, we'll turn the work lights on for him. By the way, I did find a... no, not the searchlight. I did find how to turn the HUD on and off. It's H. So that means we'll be getting better screenshots from now on. Because I can actually turn them on and off. Whack that fish. Now that's the reason why we lost that many fish, which means we pulled a lot of fish, is because of cod. So he had to throw the cod back up. Yeah, look at that. That first run, 36,000 kilograms of fish. I almost feel like downgrading my second line to a short one, like a 2,500 meter. Because right now it's just such a waste. All right, we're going to put him back in. He can rest until we get to the next line. We'll put the girls on gutting. They're getting really good at gutting. And these 2 dudes go on freezing. And we're going to let Michael rest. We need to see where the next line is. It should be south of us. Yeah, the next line's not even ready. But those guys are going to be at work for hours. And that's why you need the crew to get trained up. And you put them on there every time. You just let them do the... Don't do the work yourself. Let them do the work. Because I think on this boat you have to. Because there's... Come on, turn. This boat does not want to turn. Once it gets full, it is a real bear to maneuver. It is not an easy ship to maneuver. Okay, come on. she's really full right now. You can see how much deeper it's sitting in the water. And our top speed will be far less than it was before. It's like 20 knots. But we're gonna full speed ahead. I can't see the buoy. It's out there. It's gonna be to our right. Somewhere out there. The lakes of Canada. Wow. I do not see this buoy. Buoy. Maybe I'm looking the wrong way. Unfortunately, when it's up front of us, it's going to be difficult to see because all the stuff on the front of the boat. Should be directly ahead. There it is. So we shall make our way over. The other one's going to be out there somewhere. These 10,000 meter lines take a long time to set, that's for sure. Oh no. The cat's been re-abducted by aliens. They've taken her back again. There was a fight. Looks like the aliens won. Alright, we're going to get Michael out of his resting place. And back on the line. That was a nice haul. We're going to lose a bunch of fish, unfortunately. I don't know if that counts against you or... I'll say. Now, when you get a not so great spot for fishing, these lines pull in between 10 and 15,000. I tried fishing up north by Ingalls Head because that's where the best prices were for some of the fish that I caught. And it was a no-go. It really was not worth. I had to make 2 or 3 trips. I set a whole bunch of lines, came back, set another line, like kept setting lines, and eventually I got the ship filled up. But grab it, Michael. There he goes, and he's got to put. Well, that was a really good catch too. Man, I wish we had more capacity because we could have had 80,000 liters of fish. I mean, like really almost 60 or 70,000 liters. Now this is where I think the Moby Dick would come in, because Moby Dick has the ability to carry 60, 70,000. So you could put 2 10,000 lines out and still have more to put out. I think. I'd have to go back and watch my own shopping video because I don't remember. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so we are having fun. All right, so I'm going to let Michael pull these in. And we'll see how much this was worth, but it was a fun little trip we had today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing my first run with the odd duck on video. I really would recommend fishing deep sea. Like I am, you can see where I'm at here on the map. The only place further south is the really dark area, but this area here is great for just even regular line fishing. Just, make sure you got a lot of fish on the sonar. That's the big thing. It should look roughly like this area here. Now here is not so great, but this area is what you want underneath you, and if you get that going on, drop your lines and you'll come back with a lot of fish. So yeah, the odd duck, good boat, and that's why I got it. It's just a good consistent line fishing, net fishing boat. And nets work great. Once again, once cod comes back in season, I'll start throwing nets again, because then I'm not worried about pulling in too many cod and having to throw them back. It kind of saves how many cod are pulled in. I would assume these guys just pick them off the line, and actually while we're doing this, we can go down and see what they're doing down below. What are you guys doing down there? Hey! I think in real life the captain almost never does this. How's it going here, Micah? Mr. Michael. Got 1 or 2 more fish to pull. He's popping them in there. You missed. That's a cod. We're not supposed to catch that, dude. Throw it back. Ugh. Boy, I don't know if there's any throwing them back once you cudgel them like that. The gaff. These girls are storage is full. Oh, that was a 40, more than, that was like a 50 or 60,000 hull, or kilogram hull. Wow. Okay, and I don't know where the freezer guys are that are stacking and freezing, but they're somewhere here. So anyway, back to work. Michael, we're gonna send you over to the stacking side. Sorry. And we're gonna get this boat moving north. And let's take a look and see what exactly we caught. Once I get my turn done here, we'll poke into the menu and see what we've caught. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, that's a big wave. The boat will cut right through though now because we're really heavy. We're getting close to 20. Still sailing along pretty good. The Vabigi, of course, with the upgraded engines, it's upgraded all the way. It's hundreds of horsepower. All right, so we have frozen fish, stacked fish, gutted fish. Does not tell me what I want to know. All storage, fresh fish, frozen fish, stacked fish. Okay. We have a large amount of pollock. So because of that, we're going to look for the port that's selling pollock the best. I mean, really, almost all the fish we have on board are pollock. So we need the best price on pollock. So let's go ahead and look into our journal and our finances and fish prices. And we're going to look at Yarmouth. We have pollock at $5.81, $6.25 in Lundberg, $6.27 in Lockport, which is really close. Well, not really close, but $6.49 Ingalls Head, $7.41 in Digby. So Digby's the best price. Unfortunately, Digby is really, really far north. So I think realistically, is that worth the extra buck? I mean, yeah, because it would be $28,000 additional dollars. So we need to go to Digby. Hopefully we'll have enough fuel. I've got about a half a tank. Traveling at 16 knots, we'll get there pretty quick. So I'm going to let the crew work and take a little recording break here and let these guys work their buns off. Keep an eye on them. Once the girls are done gutting, one of the girls will end up going on to stacking with Michael. Unless people pass out, then we have to move them around. That's the trick. If you have people that tire out, then you move them. Shuffle them. Always try to keep the flow going. Stacking is always last. So we're heading towards, what'd I say? Digby? I think Digby is way up, if I'm not mistaken. This is Digby. Yeah, got a long way to go. Okay, let's see. Yep, and I'm going to plot a course here. I know I can't cross land. All right, guys, so I'll catch you in a little bit when I get closer to Digby. Or when the crew's done working. When the crew's done working, I can start jumping, but I want them to have a fair amount of time, and I don't want them to get tired and I miss it. So I want them to, I'm going to wear them out, and then I'll jump back into the thing. So see you guys in a few seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The girls are just about done gutting, and I'm going to put them on stacking. I'm going to try to get Michael rested up because he's going to need to come back in and help somewhere. These guys are all pooping out. You can see the green bar, and I'm glad they added this back in. The green bar is showing the status of the crew member. I'm going to throw him a meal. And these two girls are going to come back over here and start working. We've got the boat on autopilot. And she's rocking forward. So these two girls are going to stack while Michael rests and eats and gets rested. He'll probably end up having to replace Graham. these guys, I think, actually, though, you know what? These guys are done. Graham and Isaac just finished. So what happens is these bars go down and then load up here, and then the girl's gut in the bar comes back down, and it loads up here, and these guys have actually gotten it. All these fish are all frozen now, so they're just sat here waiting to be stacked, as the girls are stacking now. So I'm going to let these two guys rest for a little bit, and then once they're rested up, the girls will come back in, and the guys will start take over stacking for them if they get too tired. But that's where we're at. So that's how the crew works, and you can see here, you just got to watch their energy levels. The girls' energy levels didn't go down as fast because machine gutting is the easiest of the 3 tasks. So, but they're going to get tired pretty fast now that we got them on the heavy work, which is stacking. They'll probably poop out pretty quick, but the guys are all eating, so they should recover. Once again, you have cooks on board. I usually throw Nora in there. She's my best cook. So I throw her in there, and she'll cook 4 meals, and then you can sit on those 4 meals. I've seen the meals disappear. I'm not sure what causes that to happen, but occasionally those meals will disappear, and I don't know if they go bad or if the game just glitches and it loses track of them. It's very possible that that's what's happening, but anyway. All right, so I am going to go ahead and let these guys continue working, or girls in this case, and I will see you once the boat is cleared. And then we'll fast travel to Digby. But right now, I don't know, we're making pretty good progress. So I think the way it's going right now, let's see. I mean, we're already past the southern point, but we still got a ways to go. In fact, this is going to go all the way around. Well, let's do this. We can do some short jumps. I'll take you guys with me. We'll jump and get rid of time. And I think we're going to find that the girls are knocked out by the time we get here. Sadie's too tired. Okay, so we need to jump in there. And Sadie pooped out. She's down for the count. Okay, now these two, Graham, Nora can take a break, and Isaac's rested, so Isaac's going to finish up. Oh, and they're almost done, so we'll let them finish. The boat's still rolling because we have the autopilot on, so we're good. And these guys are almost finished. Good job, girls and guys. And so once Nora's rested, we'll put her back on cooking duty, but we'll let her rest for a while. Next time we'll give her a meal so she can... The meals help them recuperate a lot like 50% faster, I think, when they're fed. So these guys are going to finish the stacking job. And before the next trip starts, we'll put her in the oven. And not in the oven. Oh, my God, that sounds terrible. As we come out for the next fishing run, we'll put her in the kitchen, and then when we arrive, she'll be too tired to work, but she's going to have 18 hours before she has to work again, because then we have to wait for the lines to set, so she'll have time to recover. That's usually how I do it. So she cooks on the way out, rests while we're fishing, and then works on the way back in, and but she can cook 4 meals in the trip, so. All right, that's it. So the fish are all stacked. If we go into our status menu, you can see here, this is showing stack. Now, they should be frozen and they should be blue. So something happened in this patch where they've turned gray, but whatever. I mean, the idea is still there, but red means unfrozen. I think yellow means gutted. Blue means frozen. Okay, so let's go ahead and fast travel. So we're going to head on up to Digby, and it's going to take several hours. 17 miles, 10 hours. Boom. And let's see what kind of money we hauled in on this trip. Hope you guys had fun on this episode. I definitely had fun making it. So this is, once again, the Vibeke Catherine, or as I call it, the Odd Duck. One of the 2 ships in my fleet. 3 ships now, because we've got the Mickey also. And we're going to be buying more. Like I said, I want to get the Fullabune. I want the Fix. I want Moby Dick. I want to get them all. I'll collect them. Now, the one thing I wish they had in this game, as I keep on blabbing even though I said I was done, I do wish that they had some sort of management system like the trucking game, American Truck Simulator, where you could actually own multiple ships and have multiple captains that work for you. Because it would be really cool to be able to send all your boats out and have them working at the same time. But this game just doesn't allow for that yet. So let's see what we brought in. not a bad income. Once again, just for regular old line fishing, we've got haddock, pollock, which was a great price, even though it's saying it's just a good price. Interesting. Normally it sells at $5, but we were above on all of our fish, so that's good. 28,000. So we made the primary profit right there was from our good priced pollock. That's why we went here, because it was the highest price. Port reputation plus 0. Really? And we owed $34,000 to our crew, so we actually made $320,000, but or $310. But with our payment back to the crew, total of 10%, $34,000. We made $286,133, so about $300,000 from that trip. Totally worth it. Look at our money. Boom, $2.3 million. We can buy pretty much any of the smaller boats that we want. So, I mean, I can get the Snar set, no problem, which is a ship that's just as big as this. We could buy Moby Dick because he's $1 million. We could buy, you know, the full. In fact, let's see what we got in the dock. Shipyard. I forget what's up here. Scarlet, we cannot afford because that's 4.9. But we're getting, I mean, we're halfway there. Jeez. We could get the No Yankee. I'm not going to bother with that because lobster season isn't for another year, but we could get something like that. No Yankee, huh? It's a safe and pleasurable boat. All right, anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. Once again. Oh, wait, what do we do? We found something. We found the Hermes. Is that what that just said? Hold on. Okay, does that mean Hermes is now available? What? Shipyard. Yep, $19 million. The Hermes is a modern freeze trawler used for bottom trawling. Okay, so in this one, in the other game, I don't think it was rigged for, I think it was rigged for mackerel. In this one, it's rigged for cod, pollock, haddock, and redfish. So this one's just like that blue one from the other dock. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the same idea. So a bottom trawler that meant to catch regular types of fish. That's really cool. 400,000. So if 40,000 kilograms is what I've got, I just brought in $287,000. 400 kilograms, which is times 10 more, would bring us in $2.8 million every time the ship runs. Now, that sounds awesome, but when you look at the cost of the ship at $20,000, it's going to take you 10 trips to pay the ship off. So you're going to be using that ship a lot to at least pay itself off and then eventually start making a profit. So, but it's 10 trips till you start making a profit. Anyway, just think about it that way. All right, cool. So once again, let's try this again, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I definitely had a lot of fun doing it. And glad to have the Odd Duck back in the fleet. Once again, the Vibeke Catherine is one of my absolute favorite ships. This is a fun ship to run. I like it because it's got a lot of crew members, so you can totally have the crew juggling and doing different jobs as you're running. And now that we can just sit out there with our lines, thanks to the update in this version of the game where you can have the clock and you can set the clock to time travel 18 hours. It's much like a real fishing operation where the boat goes out, lays the lines, and then sits out there for the evening. And then when the lines are done, it pulls them in and brings them back in, and I love that. So this is a really fun boat to use, in my opinion, and I'm enjoying it very much. So anyway, have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help, and we'll see you next time. Bye.